Are you a small business owner who absolutely hates to sell? Well, are you needing to get clients and customers in the door, but the thought of that typical salesman, pushy, making cold calls type of selling just is so out of your comfort zone that you absolutely can't stand it? Well, guess what? Me too. And I've had my own small business for 11 years. It's very successful, and I do not do any of those kind of sales at all. As a matter of fact, I'd go do something else if I had to do that. And that was the only way to keep my business going. So today, I want to talk to you about 4 different things you can do to market your small business and not have to use those methods. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jill Fox, and I'm the owner of Fox Social Media, and my company helps businesses, practices, and brands to both market and grow, and I run their advertising as well. And I'm also the creator of Simple Marketing Academy. And this is a course and a membership community where people can come to learn very, very simple small business tactics and strategies to help market their own small businesses in less than 30 minutes a day and on a small budget. So let's get started. So if you're like me, the thought of sales is just horrendous. I would do any job before that just about because I'm so uncomfortable being, that traditional pushy, cold calling, blind DMing people type of salesperson that I just won't even do it. So to explain a little bit more, I've had a social media and online marketing agency for about 11 years, and I don't do any of that. I refuse to do it. I really want to help people. I know I'm good at what I do, so I don't operate that way, I guess is the best way to say it. And today I want to give you 4 different tips and kind of go into detail on these tips about what you can do if you feel the same way, especially if you have a service-based business, something kind of like I do where it's an online service-based business specifically. So the first thing that I do and I recommend you do is to tell all your friends and all your family what you're doing. That doesn't mean go pick up the phone and go, hey, this is my business, buy from me. When you're speaking to them or when you reach out to them or when you're together in a group, just talk about it. You should be really proud of it and excited about it and love what you do. And if you do love your job and what you do in your company, it's not going to be hard to do these things because it doesn't feel like selling at all. So just tell people. Most people will ask, well, what do you do? Who do you serve? What does that mean? We know what we do, but most other people really don't. I found this out when I started posting videos on LinkedIn specifically. So what happened with me was I started posting the videos and I would have acquaintances reach out and say, oh, Jill, I didn't know that's what you did. And then a little time went on and more videos. And then I got messages, wow, Jill, you really know what you're doing. Then the third set of messages after a little while became, can you help me? And that was kind of the evolution and process of growing my business. Obviously, there's more to it, which we'll get into. But I loved that process because all I was doing was educating people, explaining what I do, and showing that I knew what I was doing. And then people were coming to me, asking me to help them. So I love that system because, again, I am so not pushy that I don't even put dates in my contracts. In other words, my clients don't have you have to work with me for 6 months. They literally could stop tomorrow if they wanted to. I know, some of you probably think I'm crazy, but it's worked for me for 11 years. And I never want somebody tied into me like that, where they have to work with me. I've never really had someone being super uncomfortable or any of those situations, but I definitely during COVID had a couple businesses that couldn't afford it. I do not ever want them in that situation, ever. And so I'm there for them today if they want to reach out and ask me a question. And so I think that's super, super important. So let everybody know what you do, just in passing, let them know. The second thing I want you to do is update your social media. And if you need more information on how to update and post to and work through social media, especially Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, go to simplemarketingacademy.com and click the join button. You'll find a 30-day free trial there, and there are step-by-step videos right in there that will walk you through every step of the process. So, get your social media updated. Go in onto each platform. Make sure you have a good smiling cover profile picture. Keep that profile, the picture, the same across the board. Keep your name the same across the board. And make sure that you've completed every section that's applicable. Most will be. There may be one or two that aren't. Fill everything out. Take the time to set your foundation correctly. So make sure that's all done really well. If you have a website, which hopefully you at least have a website, a landing page, a home base of some sort, make sure that's professional, works well, and tells who you are, who you serve, exactly what you do, and what the outcome is when people work with you. Also, make sure that you've linked your social media links to it up in either the header or the footer so that people can just click on it. And make sure you have contact information on there as well. You don't need anything fancy. It needs to be grammatically correct and easy to navigate and professional looking. So get that done right there. You're going to have people that check you out, or friends, or people that want to connect to you, learning more about you. The next thing that I want you to do is to create content. I know this is so time consuming. It is. But let me give you some tips to make it not be so time consuming. So, for instance, I sat down to do this video today. I don't script anything. I basically come up with a title and create the thumbnail, and I kind of do some research to see if it's a topic that people are looking for so that I'm actually helping when I post it. Then I just sit down in front of my little webcam with my little $65 microphone here, make sure my lighting is good, and I work off of my my outline. You don't want it scripted anyway. It sounds terrible and fake. So all I have are 4 bullet points on a little piece of paper, and you just going from there. And that's kind of what you want to do. Now, if you don't have the equipment that I have, you don't need it. Really, you can literally take your smartphone and hold it up and record. I highly recommend you use the earbuds that come with it. The sound will be better. Make sure you have good lighting and good sound. You can make 1-minute video tips on this phone, on your iPhone or whatever smartphone you have. And you can upload straight to LinkedIn from there, straight to Instagram, straight to Facebook. Those short little videos really, with helpful tips, help people get to know you, like you, trust you. The other thing is that when you have a video under 10 minutes in length, you can natively or directly upload it to Facebook and LinkedIn. So, platforms never want you sending people off the platform. So by doing that, the platforms will show your video to more people. So that is an amazing way to just reach people that you know, that you're connected to, especially on LinkedIn. That's more what I'm talking about here. It's also just a way to get people to understand what you do. I had no idea people didn't really know what I did. It said right there in my LinkedIn profile, they didn't know what I did. But you know what? I don't know what a lot of them do either. I'm not in their fields. So that totally makes sense. So these videos really explained what I did and showed that I have the knowledge and that I've helped other people. It also helps people get to know, like, and trust you a lot faster and feel more comfortable with you because they feel like they've gotten to know you. And just another little tip that this is a do as I say, not as I do tip, and it really is good, and I need to get better at this, is to have your videos captioned. You can go on a site like rev.com, rev.com, upload the video, and get a caption file right there. So most people watch videos on silent, so I'm guilty of not doing this, and I need to really get better at this, but that's another good tip to help. If somebody is watching your video on silent, they're still getting all the information in it. So just to add to this, create a YouTube channel. It's free. It's completely free. It's very simple. You also need to know, Google owns YouTube. A lot of you know that. And so YouTube is a search engine. So even though you've got the same information, let's say on LinkedIn and on YouTube, there's two different sets of people finding that information. People go to YouTube to learn something or learn how to do something. They're searching for an answer. And on LinkedIn, they may be just scrolling their feed, and hopefully you're connected to these people. But that is an incredible way. It's an incredible place to store your videos. And you've got your videos feeding the search engine, which again, you're going to link that to your website. It helps your SEO and just helps to get more information out there about you when someone is searching for your product or service. So another good thing to do as well. The next thing that you need to do is to ask current clients for referrals. And this can be done via email once you've gotten to know them and that they feel pretty good about your work. Ask for referrals. That's not too bad because you know these people now and you know who's thrilled with what you do, and ask them, just every so often, because then it kind of keeps it top of mind for them. I can tell you that the vast majority of my clients come from referrals. That's a blessing to me in so many ways because one, my current clients are recommending me, so I know they feel good about what I'm doing. But number two is now I'm getting this person that somebody else has basically vetted for me. And those are the really strong clients, the ones that are have a strong business. They're going to not be flaky. They're going to listen to your suggestions. They don't have to take them all, but they're going to work with you and take those suggestions and they're going to be really good, strong clients for the most part. So that's another thing that I want you to do. And another thing that I want to recommend to you, and this involves a little bit of reaching out too. I have a YouTube channel and a podcast, so I can reach out to someone who has the same audience I have, but does something different so that I can offer to provide a training that individual doesn't train or teach to their audience. I can also ask them to come on my podcast and my YouTube show. And what that does is it helps my audience because they can teach something I'm not good at. I am not good at graphic design. I'm not at all. And, that's just one example. So, I'm not good at being that traditional salesperson, not good at it, don't want to do it. So, somebody that has some of those traditional, stronger sales tips would be really good to have on my podcast as well and my YouTube show. So in return, to that graphic design person who's doing graphic design for small business, I can go on and explain how they need to lay the foundation and give them a strategy for their small business that is quick and affordable and can get the ball rolling for them. And the next tip is to attend conferences, join Facebook groups, just connect with people that connect where your ideal clients and customers are, but also connect with your peers, because I've gotten so much from being connected to other people that are doing something similar to what I'm doing. I learn from them. I watch them. They motivate me, and hopefully vice versa. And that can be amazing as well. But then the biggest thing you need to do is to make sure you have that strong online presence and then go out there and offer help, offer training, offer the things that, like I am here today, having this video, so that you can find it if you need some other tips. So just to go over those 5 things once again, I think I said 4 and threw a 5th one in there. But anyway, number 1 is tell friends, family, acquaintances. And again, you're not picking up the phone and going, hey, I'm doing this, buy from me. It's natural in your everyday life. You're making sure that you tell everyone. Number 2 is to update all of your social media. Get that foundation right. Make sure you've got information on there. Make sure that your website, even if it's just one page, has everything that we talked about earlier in the video. Number 3 is to create content like crazy. And like we talked about, it can be super time consuming. But doing the 1-minute video via the phone with your earbuds takes it's going to take you a little planning to come up with topics, but I'm sure you know your business well enough to answer a question right off the cuff. And if you're looking for content, write down the things that people are always asking you, even if they seem so simple to you. Write down those things, and then boom, hey, so today I want to talk about how to sell without being a typical traditional sleazy salesperson. So today my tip is to that's all you need to do. Very simple. Upload it everywhere. So if you're doing this several times a week, this is a great way for people to get to know, like, and trust you. And creating your own content increases your SEO, your search engine optimization, and helps people find you. And the next tip was tip number 4, and that's to ask current clients and even past clients for referrals. That has been that's been the backbone of my business. That's what's provided me clients for years. And I've been doing this successfully for almost 11 years, I think now. That is key. And the last tip was to attend conferences, attend groups, even if they're online, workshops, join groups, Facebook groups even, or LinkedIn groups, and be in there you can really learn and get motivated by others, but also be in there to provide information for them and tips from whatever you do. Provide those tips to the other people in that group. You'll be surprised how much you'll learn. And I have had people where I've helped them with, they had a Facebook ad and couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. And so we jumped on the phone, we tweaked the ad, and I get a call, I think it was a couple days later, saying, "Oh my God, Jill, the ad was doing absolutely nothing. And I just got like 50 signups for my, to my newsletter." I think it was a PDF or whatever it was, but the ad was working now. And they were seeing success, and they were so happy with that they referred me to other people. And I felt like, wow. I spent 5 minutes with this individual. I did not charge them. I just spent 5 minutes jumping on the phone and trying to help. Very small business, just getting started. And it wasn't a charging type of situation. So there's so much that you can do. And, you don't have to be that traditional salesperson. Also, you don't have to be anything but you. Just be you and talk about what you do, and share your knowledge so you can help others. And that is going to provide you more value to others and bring you more clients than being, that sleazy salesperson is anyway, because nobody likes that. So I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me at jillwfox.com, and I will see you in the next episode.